Hello, beautiful friends, and welcome to my series about Venus in all 12 houses. Thank you for journeying with me with this series. Now, you'll find as you watch this video that it is divided into two parts. The first section of the video is exploring the nature of Venus mythologically, astronomically, and of course, astrologically. So all those components will be explored here through a video that I did some years ago when I was a lot younger that was talking about all these things. So I've inserted that piece into this video for you to enjoy. But if you're here just to find out about the houses, then you can skip to the second part of the video, which is exploring the effects of beautiful Venus in each house of the horoscope. So I do hope you enjoy both components and get something out of it that can apply to your life. May I also encourage you, if you haven't done so already, to check out the lead video in this series, which is looking at Venus karmically and through an evolutionary astrology or karmic astrology lens to ascertain how Venus affects our relationships based on the journey of our soul over many lifetimes. This is a fantastic video. I'm actually quite chuffed about it, quite proud of it. So I do hope you have the time to go to the lead video in this series in the playlist and check out that video all about karmic Venus and its influence. And now, without any further ado, let us dive into the mythology, the astronomy, and the astrology of the beautiful planet in the night sky, Venus. So I thought I'd start by taking a little bit of a peek at what Venus actually represents. Now, in astronomy, not astrology, but in astronomy, the astronomy of the planet Venus, she's the only planet that can shine so brightly that she can cause shadows on Earth. Now, the moon does as a reflection of the sun's light. We know that happens. You can be out on a very strong moonlit night and see shadows and play of light that's actually quite beautiful. But the only planet that can do this is actually Venus, interestingly enough. And so sometimes she is just so bright in the sky. She's the brightest entity in the sky aside from the sun and moon. Sometimes she can be so bright that she causes shadows. That's only occasionally, but she can do it. One thing about Venus is that she rotates so slowly in the sky that she takes 234 Earth days to do one single rotation. As such, she actually has the slowest rotation of any planet in the whole solar system. And she is the hottest planet in the solar system. Even though Mercury is closer to the sun, due to the dense clouds of sulfur dioxide on planet Venus, any heat from the sun is trapped within those clouds and her thin atmosphere, causing the heat of the planet to be just so much hotter than Mercury, even though Mercury is in much closer proximity. So she is the hottest planet in the solar system as well. And of course, those of us who did our grade 5 astronomy lessons know that Venus sits as the second planet in the solar system, the second planet from the sun. You've got the sun, and then you've got Mercury, and then there's Venus, and then Earth. And she is considered also to be something of a sister planet to the Earth, as they're similar in size. So she's the nearest planet to Earth, and that's why she shines so brightly in the sky, not the star. Now, the mythology of Venus is also very interesting. The name Venus is the ancient Roman name for the goddess of love and beauty. In Greek, it was Aphrodite. So in Greco-Roman mythology, they share similar characteristics and similar qualities. So both Aphrodite and Venus, they governed fertility, romance, prosperity, and victory as well, interestingly. She was worshipped in many temples and many festivals all throughout Rome and as Aphrodite in Greece. And some people, including Julius Caesar, even considered her to be the ancestor of the Roman people. Of course, he'd attach himself to somebody as glorious as Aphrodite or Venus, wouldn't he? Now, some mythological legends say that Venus, was the daughter of the gods Zeus and Dione. There are some other legends, though, that say that she was birthed from the sea, not from a god itself, but birthed from the sea after Uranus was castrated by his son Saturn. So essentially, to get kind of gross here, hope you've got the M rating on this particular video, but Saturn castrated his father Kronos in mythology, otherwise known as Uranus, and from that castrated member that fell to earth into the oceans of Gaia, the earth, there arose out of the sea foam of that dismemberment the goddess Venus. So fascinating mythology there. I do want to talk a little more about the mythology of Venus, but at a later point, where we look at her mythology around being the morning and the evening star. So I'm going to explore that for you. Stay tuned for a little bit later in the video for that aspect of her mythology. But in astrology, Venus tells us about our enjoyment of pleasurable and beautiful things. She tells us about our love relationships, our connections with others. The things we need to live a comfortable life are also seen from Venus in a tangible sense. You know, our shoes, our clothes, our food, our cars, our shelter, all those nice, lovely things that we like to acquire to make life more comfortable for us. So wherever Venus sits in our chart is going to tell us all about how we interact with these ideas: love, beauty, pleasure, possessions, things we need to support our journey through life, refinement, sophistication, and women as well, seen through Venus, particularly young women. So wherever Venus sits in the chart, whatever sign, is going to tell us a lot about the dynamic that we have with those elements. Venus rules the sign of Taurus and Libra, and they're both very different signs, but they do, both of them carry a quality of beauty about them, a quality of pleasure, a quality of interaction and relationship. I'll compare the two of them for you just so that you know the great gamut of characteristics that Venus actually rules. Taurus is this very earthly, natural beauty. Taurus correlates to the natural realm of Earth, and so butterflies essentially, but also forests and, you know, generally speaking, the things of nature like the animals and the flora, fauna, and, you know, rivers and lakes and mountains and just the earth and being in nature is Venus in a general sense. Venus also correlates through Taurus to money, making money, the tangible things, like I said before, that we need to support our journey through life, like pleasurable things, yummy food, going out to a restaurant and eating at a lovely food, and clothing, shopping, beauty therapies, beauty treatments. These are seen through the sign of Taurus and Venus's rulership of the sign of Taurus. It's also self-love that we associate with the energy of Taurus as well. The ability to feel safe, to be secure, is seen through Taurus. Venus rules Libra as well. Now Libra, as opposed to Taurus's type of beauty, which is that natural, earthy kind of beauty, we might think something we want to touch, something we want to hug, something we want to be close to and be a part of even. We might even compare it to, say, the beauty of Marilyn Monroe, which, you know, men wanted to hold her, women wanted to be her. There is this desirability factor with the beauty of Marilyn Monroe, very Taurian. Not so much natural, she was bleached blonde and everything, but she had that desirability, sensuality factor of Taurus. Libra, on the other hand, is more the Grace Kelly type of beauty. You just admire it. My God, it's breathtaking. Look how beautiful and elegant she is. That's Libran beauty. It's not so tactile. It's not so touch focused. It is more, let's say, adoration focused. So it's that kind of sophisticated, classic, refined beauty that we see through the sign of Libra, also ruled by Venus. Libra is also ruled by Venus, and it covers things like diplomacy, fairness, equality, making harmony and balance a priority. It's the peacemaker. It's like I said, harmonizing situations, harmonizing interactions between people. All these are seen through the sign of Libra, and Libra rules relationships. Not just the tactile, sensual, let's get down to the nitty-gritty kind of stuff of Taurus, but more the I love you, I'm committed to you, beyond the touch, taste, see, hear, and smell. I am in a love, intimacy bond with you, we see through the sign of Libra that Venus rules. It's also business partnerships. It's quite a business-oriented sign, Libra. And so it connects to those things as well. And our interactions with the other, anyone else, can be seen. Our relationships are seen through Venus. Libra ruled by Venus. Now Venus is, if you want to use an archetypal image, she's like this beautiful goddess or a beautiful woman. She is a feminine energy, or an ancient goddess full of this wonderful self-love, because she is very, very connected to the idea of self-love. You must be in love with the self, and then you have something to offer others. All of us, even men, will have Venus in the chart somewhere, and because of this, we have Venus in our hearts. We have a love of beauty somewhere tucked away in us. We have a love of giving love and receiving love to some capacity within us. Venus teaches us to love the beauty in other people, no matter what it looks like, how different it is to us. By really embodying the full self-love component of Venus, we learn to love the beauty in others, whatever that shape that takes, and we allow ourselves to be loved and to be uniquely beautiful as well when we fully embrace the energy and the beauty of Venus. Quite a fabulous, adorable little planet. When Venus is in the 10th house, your relationships can be based on social status, because the 10th house is the house of social status and reputation. So Venus here says you want a relationship with someone who'll give you status, who'll, lift your reputation. Venus, as we know, shows the type of woman that you'll marry or be attracted to or want to date if you're a man. And with this placement, your potential partner's social standing will be an important attraction factor. You will want your wife, your partner, your person you date to be somebody who raises your prestige. Now, a woman with Venus here, she won't seek to be loved for her beauty alone. She will want to be loved for her achievements and her successes in the world. And if you are looking to seduce or date a woman with Venus in the 10th house, make sure you praise her achievements and really, support her, uphold her, and value her for what she's doing in the world. She'll long to be recognized and desired for these particular things. You also, with Venus in the 10th house, the most visible house in the horoscope, you won't want secret relationships. You will want your relationship to be public and visible to others. No shirking around in the shadows, no hiding. You will, here we are, all over Facebook, all over, all over the social media, writing the letters, I love you, high in the sky, you want everybody to know. And you'll be attracted to people of authority and power if you have Venus in the 10th house of authority and power. Venus indicates one of the ways you can meet your spouse. And it might be through 10th house mechanisms, through work. You might meet them in a hierarchical institution. You might meet them in a place that has a high status or something. Even a rocky place. Saturn is the natural ruler of the 10th house, and Saturn rules rocks. So rocky places, high places, these sorts of environments. Now relationships also, with Venus in the 7th house, the 10th house, relationships will bring social status into your life. So that can be business partnerships as well as, marriage relationships here with Venus. Ancient practices of astrology believed that when there was one benefic and no malefics in the 10th house, so if Venus is your only planet there would always be ease with regard to attaining social reputation, ease of leadership and executive talent, ease of success in career. So the ideal in this circumstance, if you've got Venus in the 10th, is that she's the only planet there. That would be very helpful to your career and climbing the social ladder. It does give you a charming and beautiful persona to have Venus in the 10th house, and you can use this beautiful energy, this beautiful aura and image to grow your career. Your public image will also be one of class and sophistication and refinement as well. So Venus in the 10th house often indicates some sort of Venusian quality to a career. So it might be an artistic career, a decorating career, a career in beauty, or working with women. It might be a career that has to do with luxury products, perfumes, clothes, wines, food, and so on. It can also indicate a career as a diplomat or an advisor with a position like this, Venus high in the sky. Venus also shows what we spend money on. And so here in the 10th house, it indicates that we will spend money on high status items, brand names, expensive watches, socially oriented holidays such as 5-star resorts, big name cities. We can, drop a name that we stayed at this very classic, classy hotel. Obviously, I don't have Venus in the 10th house. I can't even think of a classic, classy hotel. But you'll know them if you've got Venus in the 10th house, and you will enjoy those sorts of luxuries and refinements that have an element of status and reputation to them.